You're sitting there, and it's 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. You just checked your bank account on your phone and felt that familiar heavy drop in your stomach. You made decent money this month, you really did, but somehow, it's just gone, again. You are desperately trying to remember where it all went. Maybe it was that sudden car repair, or the groceries that somehow cost double what they used to, or all those tiny $15 Amazon purchases that you didn't think counted at the time. So you close the app, tell yourself, next month will be different, I'll finally get my act together, and you go to sleep feeling completely out of control. That's literally me, or at least that used to be me. My name is Gustavo, and I spend way too much time thinking about wealth building, the mathematics of money, and why incredibly smart people make absolutely terrible financial decisions. If you're someone who feels like you are working harder than ever just to stay financially underwater, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's the thing. Most of us assume we are bad at money because we are bad at math. We tell ourselves, oh, I'm just not a numbers person. We think that wealthy people possess some secret mystical spreadsheet skills that we missed out on in high school. But I need to challenge that assumption right now. Personal finance is 80% psychology and 20% mechanics. Look, it genuinely frustrates me to see brilliant developers, hardworking tradespeople, and creative minds stay completely broke because they refuse to look at the reality of their financial behaviors. We avoid looking at our bank accounts because we fear failure, we expect someone else to eventually take care of it, or we trick ourselves into believing we are too busy to budget. And society isn't helping us. According to a 2003 survey commissioned by Bankrate.com, the average grade on a national financial literacy quiz was a failing 67 out of 100. A large proportion of American adults are completely financially illiterate. We are literally sent out into the world to play a high-stakes game of Monopoly, but nobody bothered to hand us the rulebook. To understand how insidious this is, we have to look at how the trap is set, and it usually starts early. Let's talk about a classic example, a guy we'll call David Keller. While a college freshman, David fell victim to the absolute multitude of credit card offers that flood campuses across the United States. Now, David's parents were paying his basic expenses, but David started using his shiny new credit cards for the extras: concert tickets, occasional pizzas, movie tickets, and CDs. Because David wasn't employed, the balances mounted, and he quickly began having trouble meeting just his minimum payments. With late charges and over-limit fees, his situation rapidly got out of control. He was too embarrassed to tell anyone, and he actually started getting physical stomach aches from the sheer stress of it. Now you might be thinking, Gustavo, I know high interest debt is bad. I don't buy CDs on a credit card anymore. I'm not stupid. I know you're not, but we still fall for the exact same trap, just with different toys. We finance cars we can't afford, we put vacations on reward cards we never pay off, and we bleed out financially by 1,000 paper cuts. Let's look at the actual math, because numbers do not care about your feelings. Let's say you have $5,000 in credit card debt. That is incredibly common. The average interest rate on a credit card right now is hovering around 24%. If you only pay the minimum payment of about $150 a month, it is going to take you almost 4.5 years to pay off that $5,000. But here's what most people don't realize. By the time you finally pay it off, you won't have paid $5,000. You will have paid over $8,200. You literally set $3,200 on fire just for the privilege of eating pizza and going to a concert 4 years ago. This is the penalty for not understanding the mechanics of money. When you don't understand interest, you pay it. When you do understand interest, you earn it. So, why do we do this? Why do we actively self-sabotage our future wealth? Your personal values and attitudes are a major determinant of your money style, and they can often negatively impact your personal finances. We buy things to signal status. We want to look rich rather than actually being rich. If you've ever studied the philosophy of wealth building, you know that the middle class buys liabilities disguised as assets. We buy luxury cars that plummet in value the second they leave the lot. We buy massive houses that drain our cash flow through maintenance and property taxes. We are so obsessed with the appearance of wealth that we destroy our actual ability to generate it. This is a psychological war, and you are fighting against billion-dollar marketing departments whose sole job is to separate you from your paycheck. This is where it gets really interesting. If you want to break out of this cycle, you can't just try harder. You need a systematic framework. Personal financial planning is the process of developing and implementing an integrated, comprehensive plan designed to meet financial goals and improve financial well-being. I am going to give you the definitive 5-step process to completely restructure your financial life. Get a pen because you need to apply these immediately. Step 1. Analyze your current finances. You cannot navigate to a destination if you don't know where you are starting. You need to pull up every bank account, every credit card statement, and every auto loan. You have to face the music. Calculate your net worth. It might be negative. That is fine. But you have to track every single dollar that comes in and goes out. If you are running a business, even if that business is just brand you need an income statement. Step 2, develop specific goals. Saying, I want to be rich is not a goal. It is a wish. A goal is, I want to accumulate $100,000 in my investment portfolio within 36 months to generate passive dividend income. Your goals dictate your behavior. If you don't give your money a job, it will wander off and find a job in someone else's pocket. Step 3, identify and evaluate possible strategies for meeting your goals. This is where the magic happens, and this is where I want to introduce you to a concept that will change how you view every purchase for the rest of your life: marginal reasoning and opportunity cost. Marginal analysis requires that you consider the increased benefit which would result from a particular decision. Let's say you are buying a car. You can buy a reliable used sedan for $10,000, or you can finance a brand new luxury SUV for $40,000. In applying marginal analysis, you consider only the additional benefits the second option provides over the first. The primary job of a car is to get you from point A to point B. Both cars do that perfectly. The marginal benefit of the luxury SUV is just leather seats, a newer screen, and the ability to impress people at red lights. Now look at the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is what you give up by making a choice. If you choose the $40,000 car, your opportunity cost isn't just the extra $30,000. It is what that $30,000 could have become. If you took that extra $30,000 and invested it in a basic S&P 500 index fund at an 8% return, in 20 years, that $30,000 would grow to over $139,000. So ask yourself, is the smell of new leather worth $139,000 of your future wealth? That is how the wealthy think. They evaluate the opportunity cost of every single dollar. Step 4. Establish and implement your plan. Once you have the strategy, you must execute. Automate your investments. Set up your accounts so that 15% or 20% of your paycheck is immediately routed into an investment account before you even see it. If you have to rely on willpower at the end of the month to save money, you will fail. Willpower depletes. Automation is permanent. Step 5. Reevaluate and revise your plan as needed. A fundamental truth about the economy is that it is very unpredictable. Inflation will rise. A dollar today is worth more than a dollar tomorrow. Interest rates will fluctuate. You might lose your job. You must revisit this plan every single quarter to make sure you are still on track. Look, if you are watching this, you already know you are capable of more. You are smart enough to build the life you actually want, but you have to stop playing the victim to your own bank account. Financial distress means being unable to handle financial emergencies or an unexpected job loss. It causes anxiety, depression, and tears apart relationships. But it does not have to be your story. You can break the cycle today. Run the numbers. Face the math. Stop buying liabilities and start building assets. If this video gave you that wake-up call you needed, please hit the like button so the algorithm shares this with someone else who desperately needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments below. What is the very first step of the 5-step framework you are going to take action on tonight? I'm Gustavo. Keep building, keep growing, and I will see you in the next video.